Every game begins the same way.
Attention Birdland! A bombshell just dropped behind the scenes for the O's, and the news is so hot it's going to change our outlook on the future. Before I reveal the details no one else has, stop what you're doing. Subscribe to the channel now to be the first to know. Here you get access to the front office's secrets with analyses that get straight to the point and show the real impact on our team. If you're a true fan, you can't miss this. Click the subscribe button now! Birdland, welcome to Orioles Fan Central. For those just joining us, the news I have to share is exclusive and of extreme importance to the future of our club. But before we dive into the details, I have a request. Please subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you'll gain access to the fastest and deepest analyses on the Baltimore Orioles, with the perspective of someone who follows the team closely every single day. My goal is to bring you what truly matters without fluff and with the credibility our fan base deserves. Here, we don't just talk about a game, we live the emotion of every O that echoes during the national anthem. The O's are in our blood, and the search for inside scoop and reliable information is relentless. Follow us and become part of this community that breathes baseball and loves the birds. And today's news is a move that at first glance might seem minor, but it carries a history and a vision for the future that only those who know the Orioles' front office can understand. The Orioles have made a strategic acquisition, claiming pitcher Shawn Dubin off waivers from the Houston Astros. Ostensibly, it's just another bullpen arm swap, but when we look at the details, we realize there's a much deeper connection. The first thing that stands out is Dubin's link to our general manager, Mike Elias. For those who don't remember, Elias was the Astros director of amateur scouting in 2018, the very year they selected Dubin in the 13th round of the draft. Dubin's story is one of developing talent, a player who went from Jamestown Community College to Georgetown College and who was seen as a high upside gamble with the potential to become a success. The fact that Elias is now bringing him to Baltimore years later is a clear sign that the belief in Dubin's talent still exists. Elias didn't forget him. He knows what Dubin is capable of when he's healthy and in form. This is the essence of what our front office does. They seek out pieces that fit our puzzle, even if their value isn't obvious to most. It's a low-risk, high-reward move, the kind of play that has defined the current management. The decision to designate Matt Bowman for assignment, making room for Dubin on the roster, shows that the front office is always looking to improve, even in positions that seem secure. And for Dubin, this is a chance for a new beginning in an organization that has already shown it can develop talent. The Orioles bullpen has been a point of constant flux, whether due to injuries or strategic adjustments. And this instability creates opportunities for players like Dubin. He will have the chance to prove that his underperforming season with a 5.61 ERA was just a setback. Dubin brings with him a history of success, even if it's recent. Last year, he posted a 4.17 ERA in Houston, pitching in crucial moments during the Astros postseason run. This is the Dubin that Mike Elias and the Orioles front office want to see. It's the version of him that can truly add value to our bullpen. And what makes him so intriguing to evaluators? His arsenal. Dubin has a surprisingly deep pitch mix for a reliever. He throws a fastball that can reach up to 94 bien-foutu in addition to a curveball, a slider, a cutter, a sinker, and a changeup. 6 pitches in total, which gives him the ability to confuse hitters in various ways. He doesn't stick to 1 or 2 pitches, he can vary his attack depending on the situation. Of course, command has been an issue for him this season, but the Orioles' talent evaluators are known for looking beyond short-term stats. They look at potential and what a player can become with the right guidance, and that's exactly what they're doing with Dubin. This is a long-term play with a clear focus on next season and beyond. Orioles Fan Central has been following all the franchise's moves closely, and we can state with certainty that this type of acquisition is Mike Elias' trademark. He doesn't seek the most famous name on the trade market. He seeks the player who can become the missing piece of our puzzle. The front office has done an exceptional job of finding value where others don't, And this acquisition of Dubin fits that pattern perfectly. The Orioles bullpen has been a question mark this season. Injuries and trades have created a situation of constant flux with players coming and going. This, however, is the perfect opportunity for a player like Dubin. He won't have the pressure of being the savior, but he'll have the chance to prove his worth in an environment where he can get playing time to adapt and find himself again. The Orioles don't have much at stake this year in terms of the postseason, but every move, every decision is a step toward the future. And Dubin could be exactly what the team needs to solidify a key position for 2026. Our hope is that he rediscovers the form that made him an important piece in the bullpen of one of the league's most competitive teams. The search for bullpen pitchers is a constant priority for the front office, and the acquisition of Dubin is proof of that. Even with the end of the season approaching, the O's continue to work to identify and develop talent that can contribute in the future. They aren't standing still waiting for next season to start. On the contrary, every game, every practice is a chance to evaluate and plan. It's the culture of excellence that Mike Elias and baseball manager Sig Mejdal brought to the franchise. They are always one step ahead, thinking about what's next. And for us as fans, it's a relief to know that our team's future is in the hands of people who think this way. This acquisition of Dubin, which might seem like a footnote to many, is actually a direct reflection of that philosophy. Elias knows that a strong bullpen is crucial for success in a league as competitive as the MLB. Games are often decided by 1 or 2 innings at the end, and having reliable relievers is the difference between a win and a loss. The Baltimore Orioles have been investing in their talent base, and that extends to players from other teams who can fit into our system. Dubin, with his pitch mix and his history with the front office, is an ideal candidate for this. He knows that the opportunity is in his hands. If he can adapt, if he can find his consistency and command again, he can become a valuable piece for next season. The Birds need players who can step up in high-pressure situations, and Dubin has already shown he is capable of that. His presence in the bullpen already injects a dose of intrigue and expectation. What can he become under the tutelage of the Orioles coaching staff? That's the kind of question that makes me believe in the work that's being done. And of course, the other side of the coin is the departure of Matt Bowman. He did his part, but baseball is a business, and the search for constant improvement means that difficult decisions have to be made. Orioles Fan Central will always bring you the full, no-holds-barred analysis. It's a continuous cycle of acquisition, development, and evaluation. Dubin's story in Baltimore is still being written, and the anticipation is high to see how this Mike Elias bet will unfold. What we can say for sure is that the front office is always on the lookout, seeking every small advantage that can take us back to the top. And that, Birdland, is the best news we can receive. Concluding our analysis, the acquisition of Shawn Dubin is more than just a swap of pitchers. It's a clear sign of the Orioles' front office's vision for the future. Mike Elias is betting on a talent he knows and believes in, looking to strengthen the bullpen not just for the end of this season, but with an eye fixed on 2026. It's a low-risk, high-upside move that aligns perfectly with the franchise's roster-building philosophy. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think of this move? What would be the best strategy for the Orioles in the next trade and signing windows? Leave your comment and let's debate the future of the Birds. And don't forget, if you like this analysis, like the video, comment with your opinion, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel to continue receiving the most exclusive analyses and daily updates on the Orioles.